guys, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome to the Recipe Therapist. So today, do I have a really different recipe for you? It's a Maryland crab cake pie. I came across this recipe and it looked so good. I said, I think I want to try this for Father's Day. So I came up with the ingredients and today, me and you are going to test it out together. So let's see how it turns out. So let's take a look and see what goes into this crab cake pie recipe. We're gonna start out with 1 9-inch deep dish frozen pie crust. We're also gonna be using some fresh onion, bell pepper, and some minced garlic. Now for our cheese, we have some shredded cheddar cheese and some shredded Swiss cheese. We also have some mayonnaise, and I'm gonna be using some heavy cream, which you can swap out for regular milk if you don't want the extra fat in the heavy cream. We're going to be using 2 eggs and some flour as a thickening agent, and we are going to be using some Old Bay seasoning. It's basically a seafood blend seasoning mix. You can find it at your local grocer. It is optional, but I really like it in crab cake recipes, so I'm going to use it today. And now for our crab meat. We're going to be using lump crab meat. It comes in a can like this. I got it at a local seafood market in my area. A lot of local grocery stores carry it as well. But you're gonna be needing the lump crab meat, like I said before. Not the craw meat, because it just doesn't have the same flavor and texture. Now, last but not least, for the top of our pie, I am going to toast up some freshly ground breadcrumbs, some parsley, and some salted butter. So the first thing we have to do is we do have to cook our pie crust for about 8 to 10 minutes because we don't want it to be soggy when we put the crab mixture in. So come take a look what I did. I have my pie crust here and I've already made some indents with the fork. This is just gonna take some of those air bubbles out to guarantee that we're gonna have a nice crispy crust. So I'm gonna put this in my oven and we're gonna check it. It's preheated to 350 degrees, like I said, for about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer and then I'm gonna meet you back at the stove and we're gonna start sauteing up some of the vegetables. My peppers and onions are all sauteed and nice and fragrant, okay? So now we're going to get ready to do the first part of our crab mixture. So we're gonna start out with our cream, okay? I'm gonna put that in first, get that all out. And our mayonnaise, okay? So creamy. How could this be bad tasting, right? Our eggs going right in. All right, and I'm just gonna get my whisk here and give this a quick mix, okay, just to get it equally combined. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you the crab and the seasoning that goes in. So my cream mixture is nice and smooth. See, there's no lumps from the mayonnaise in there. So now we're ready to add the peppers, onions, and garlic. And that's gonna really make this so flavorful. And our crab meat. Okay, and now, I didn't mention this before, but you can put salt and pepper in this to taste, okay? It's a matter of your taste. I'm gonna put a pinch of each. And I am deciding to use my Old Bay seasoning because I really like the flavor, like I said. So that's gonna go right in, okay? And I'm going to now fold the rest of this together. And then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do our cheese. So we've got all those delicious flavors nice and incorporated in with the crab meat. So now we're gonna move over onto this bowl because there's a little tricky part of this recipe. It has to do with the cheese. We have to mix the cheese into this bowl with the flour because we don't want the cheese to stick together, and it also acts as a thickening agent. So I'm just gonna take the shredded Swiss and the cheddar and the flour, okay? Get that all out. And take my wooden spatula and I'm just going to mix it in. See that? So that the cheese doesn't stick together, like I said before. All right, nice and easy. And then we're gonna pour it right into this. fold it in. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna check on our pie crust. So I took my pie crust out of the oven. It had to cook for about 12 minutes. And this is what it looks like. It's not golden brown too much because we're going to use it to cook in the oven with our mixture. But before I take this crab cake mixture and put it into this crust, it does have to completely cool. So I'm just gonna let it sit for about another 15 minutes and then we're going to put it all together. So my pie crust is nice and cooled off, and now we're ready to put the mixture into the pie crust. So I'm just gonna pour it in like this. It's gonna fit right in there nice. And I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. Get this all out. It really, really looks good, doesn't it? So I'm just going to, spread it with my spatula. It's perfect. And like I said before, my oven is preheated to 350, and this is gonna cook anywhere between 45 and 50 minutes. And then when it's done, we're gonna top it off with our toasted butter breadcrumbs. So while our pie is baking off in the oven, let's toast the breadcrumbs. It's really easy. I'm just gonna put, maybe probably a teaspoon of butter. All right, I'm gonna let that melt, nice and sizzly. And I'm just gonna throw my, freshly ground breadcrumbs. And I just mix it all together, just like that. So it absorbs all that butter. And this is gonna go on the top of our pie when it comes out. I'm just gonna throw some parsley in there. And I'll probably put a pinch of salt, and that's about it. And we're ready to go for when our pie comes out. So I just took my pie to the oven. It had to cook for about 50 minutes, and look at it. This is what it looks like. I put the toasted breadcrumbs on top with the parsley. It's nice and crispy. Look at it, it just come out beautiful. Before I take a knife and dig into this, I just wanted to show you that I did make a creamy garlic lemon sauce to go on top when I serve it. I am going to include this recipe in the description box as well. So now I'm going to cut into this pie, and I tested it already with a toothpick, and it's nice and firm, and it didn't wet the toothpick. So I'm going to take a nice piece out, and let's take a look. See that? Wow, that looks good, right? So I'm gonna put that on my plate, and I'm gonna get ready to take a taste of it. You got that, cameraman? You see it up close? It looks nice and creamy and cheesy. It looks great. So I'm gonna take a taste. And before I take a taste, I'm going to just put a dollop of this cream sauce right on top. Okay, and here we go. This is really good. I taste the crab flavor, a little bit of that cheese, and that breadcrumb on top, and the cream from the sauce. This is an excellent, excellent recipe. I think my husband and all the fathers that we celebrate this Sunday are really gonna like it. I hope you all like it as well. And like I said, I'm gonna leave all the recipes in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching today. Happy Father's Day to all of you out there. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time. Take care.